In this video, we're going to be checking out the new Smart Deck Lights from Lumary. So Lumary reached out to me about a new product that they wanted us to check out, the RGB Smart Deck Lights. Now, these don't have to just go on a deck. My plan is actually to put them along the fence line, and that'll kind of add a little bit more lighting around the outside here, but you know, you could definitely do them on a deck. You could do them maybe around a pool or something like that. If you got like an above ground pool, or you got a fenced in pool or something like that, it'd be really nice. But in my case, like I said, we're gonna do it around the fence here with the plan of putting it center point in between each of the posts. And I think it'll light up the backyard really nice. They sent us 2 kits, so each kit does come with 6 lights in it. So we have a total of 12. We're gonna put 6 on this side, 6 on that side, and get them all synced up real well. So these are RGB. They draw a relatively low amount of power as well. So each light can run at 12 volts up to 24 volts. At 12 volts, you're drawing about 0.2 amps. A full kit like this with 6 of them, you're drawing 1.2 amps for everything, and that's at a maximum. So in many colors, it'll actually be lower than that. And at 24 volts, it's drawing about 0.1 amp, so about 0.6 amps at 24 volts total. So it's a pretty good kit in general, a very low power draw. So let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. So, as usual, we do have an instruction book here, which I've already looked in myself, but it does have a lot of good information. If you want to really plan out your assembly process and installation, this is definitely a good read. Then your protective foam on top, and then we have 6 lights, and the lights are not too big. I'd say that's right around 4 inches. I don't have a tape measure here to measure, but size-wise, you can kind of see in my hand, it's not too bad. So you have 6 of those lights, and then we have a remote, as well as another little tutorial book here that definitely good reading material. I know myself personally, I haven't used the remote much. The timers work so well and the apps work well. Alexa can control everything, so I haven't used the remote for the other Lumary stuff I have out here, nor anything on the inside lights wise, but it is really nice that they include it, because in some cases the remote is going to be a better option. If your Wi-Fi is not working right, then it would pretty much be the only option to control everything other than the main power source itself. So it is nice that they do include the remote for the event that you do need to adjust something without access to Wi-Fi or anything like that. And deeper down in here, we do have the hardware for install, wiretaps, as well as screws and other things like that. If you were installing this into drywall or maybe siding possibly, they do have some stuff in there for that as well. Because they do not include your power source, and these are 12 to 24 volts, so you're not going to be able to just hook them directly up to a 120 volt source. I did end up getting a power block here. Now at this time, January of 2024, this was like 60 bucks or something like that, but it is made for outdoor installation. It'll just mount on the wall somewhere, probably the side of the house or somewhere like that, and then plug directly into your home electrical. On the bottom, it does have outputs for both 12 volt and 15 volt. I'm just going to do 12. In experiments that I did on the bench downstairs, I didn't see it do anything extra with 24 versus 12, so it's not like it's going to be brighter with a higher voltage. You can go either way, 12 volt, 15 volt, it won't really matter, but it's not going to make it brighter. This is a dual channel as well, so one of the things I liked about this one is that I can do it for these lights, but then I'll have another separate channel in case I add something else to the outside of the house that needs a 12 or 15 volt source. I thought it had a little bit of expandability. It's an all-in-one kit, so versus some of the boxes with inverters and other things to be able to do it externally, price-wise was about the same for this. It's a smaller footprint, and it's literally purpose built for what we're doing here. So I really like this one. That's the one that I went with. Now, for tapping the wires to make my life a little bit easier, like I said, they do include the wire taps here, which is great, and would totally make it easy to install if you just wanted to cut the wires at each location and do it that way. It would totally work, but I opted for low voltage wire connectors like this, and I'll have a link in the description of this video for both these and this, as well as the Lumary kits themselves, so that you can follow along if you want to use the same stuff that I did for install. Last, I did want to go a little bit beefier on the wiring. This is overkill. You could get away with the amount of amperage that you're drawing and the length that you're running. 18 gauge would be plenty, but I do like a thicker wire. Generally will hold up better long term in an outdoor situation, which is what we're dealing with here. So I went with a 14 gauge. This is stuff that I use a lot on other projects. So I trust it, I know that it'll last, I know that it's high quality, and I just felt better going with this versus an 18. You could totally get away with 18 gauge wiring, but you're gonna want the 2 conductor wiring, where, you know, black and red generally is what you're gonna find, but that's what I went for there. Last up, Lumary did send me a hub. So you have to consider that each one of these lights individually has to hook up to your Wi-Fi. So you may have an issue with range depending on your Wi-Fi setup in the house. Generally within the house your Wi-Fi is great, but you know, if you're outside in the backyard or something, usually your Wi-Fi drops off. Well, you're gonna have the same issue with these lights, and that's where the hub comes in. Now this is a ZigBee hub, so if you've seen our video where we did the TV installation inside with the lights in the ceiling, those are ZigBee as well. So it's the same kind of system, but just a different hub. So instead of using that HDMI hub that's inside the house, we'll put this somewhere out here where it can get a good signal, and it will take that Wi-Fi signal, connect to this, and then connect each of the lights to this box as well. So that way we can get the control of the lights, basically extending our Wi-Fi out here without actually having to use a Wi-Fi extender. This will definitely come in handy for install. So I found a nice central location to mount the voltage box. So it's right in between the 2 fence lines, but slightly out of the way and low. I didn't want it to be like an eyesore or something that, you know, was easily seen, but it also needs to be close to the outlet that's on the side of the house here. So this was a great spot for it. It's off the ground, it looks clean, it's out of the way. It'll work well for what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna run the wires to both sides of the fences and get ready to put in our first lights. So we're in the wire from our box up along the fence, and I'm securing them up under this middle board here with staples. Now, do keep in mind, I do not have the main power connected yet, as I will be tapping in along the way. I'm gonna go ahead and get all the lights installed first, and then we'll go back to the main box and actually connect the power for the lights themselves. You're gonna wanna find your center point. Obviously, measurement is a little bit important here if you want to try to get everything to look aesthetic. And our center point is right at the 46 mark. So I'm going to mark that, and that will be our center point for mounting the light. So I have the light here, and as you can see on the back side, there is a relief cut here for the wire to actually go down and up under. So in the case of mine, I'm just going to be centering it up just like this. I'll run that wire up under, tuck it, and I'm going to run it to the corner where I'll tap in, and then I'll come back with the staples and actually secure it up underneath so it looks clean. So the wire is just about enough to reach that corner with a little bit of slack in there. So I'm going to leave the slack in there, and I'll just tuck it back behind each of the posts in between. And as you can see here, all I have to do is just slide these 2 into these top nuts. Just loosen them up a little bit. So I just secure them in like that, and then I'll twist off the other 2 caps. You're just going to split the wire just like this. That way they're spread apart, and you can locate which one is the power, which one's the ground. The power has the writing on the wire, and the ground does not. So we're just going to slide the wire in right like that. Twist our caps on till they're nice and snug. part will be hidden behind, and I will secure the wire to the bottom of the board with these staples. So I'm going to go ahead and do that along the rest of the line here, get the other fence up, and then we'll come right back. All right, so now we got all the lights installed. It didn't take too long, and the install process wasn't too bad, but it took my time, and I think total for all 12 lights, I got them installed within about 3 hours. And once again, that was just taking my time, making sure I got the wires all snug and everything all tucked up really nice. So now we are ready to turn them on. And in the case of the box, you do have 2 switches in the front. So if you're using the same power box that I did, you're just going to turn one of them on. And when you turn them on, they should start pulsating like they are right now. That means they're in pair mode. In the event that you don't have all of them in pair mode, you can easily put them into pair mode by turning it on, off, and then back on again. If you do it in quick succession just like that, it will actually force them back into pairing mode so you can connect. Now, I also installed the hub. I put it inside by a window at the back of the house. That way it is inside because it's not a waterproof hub, but it's close enough to the devices that it will get a connection. So now we're gonna hit the little plus sign up in the top corner, and we're gonna hit add device. Now it's found a whole bunch of the lights themselves, but the main thing we're gonna be hooking up first is the hub. So we're gonna go to add. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have your 2.4 gigahertz connection selected and enter in your password. And you're gonna hit next. Now it's trying to connect to all these. I'm gonna stop from the deck lights, and we're just gonna focus on the ZigBee mesh hub. Now you could attempt to connect all the devices. I do see that it looks like most of them are showing up, at least in my Bluetooth on the phone here. So I may have been okay without the hub, but I feel a little bit safer with the hub because I know I get a little bit better range. You know, on a windy day or something like that, I might lose connection to one of them. Whereas with the hub, I'm less likely to because it's Bluetooth. So we got that connection. We're gonna go ahead and hit done. And we are going right into the ZigBee hub connection here. Now we're going to hit add devices, and you're going to hit add new devices. Now it's going to search for all of the lights on the fence, so it should be 12 total, and it's going to start populating them in this screen here. All right, now it shows that all 12 devices have been successfully added, so we're going to hit done, and you can see them all in here now. So we'll hit done once again, and they all did show up in our ZigBee hub here. So go ahead and click on any one of those, and then we can shoot over to the settings. No, wait, not settings. And then we'll go ahead and hit the pin in the top corner, and we're going to hit create group. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to group all of these together for easier control. Now we'll still have independent control if we want it, but rather than having to turn on 12 individual lights, this will let us so that we can turn all of them on together. So hit save, and we can name it the group. That's fine. I'll just leave it just like that, but you can name it whatever you want. So now all of them have been connected into one group, and we can go back and you can see this new group is created. Now I can still go through and control each one of the lights individually, but you know, for the majority of cases, I'm just going to want to make it all one color, and that's where this group will pop right up. Now, if you're familiar with the video that we did for the ceiling lights on the HDMI kit that we have in the living room, it's a very similar setup to that. So in the case here, I can switch over. I'm on red, switch over to blue, green, and it'll switch all the lights together. You've also got scenes if you want to have a little bit more of a color shifting or something like that. You can do that as well. Since it's end of January now, I think my main mode is going to be like a white color here. Somewhat of a natural white is what I'm going for, so probably something right around like that. And so then obviously, yeah, like I said, you do have your RGB modes that you can use. You have your white modes, you have your scenes, you do have the music mode if you choose, and you also have a schedule just like the other ones. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and set a schedule. And so just like that, I have set 2 timers now. So I have it turned on every day at 5 o'clock, turn off every day at 1 a.m., which is about the same as all the other lights that I have on the house right now. And so far it's been working great. I haven't had issues with any of the stuff that I've installed. Even with the snowfall that we had last week, a lot of rain since install and things like that, I haven't had any flickering, I haven't had any connection issues or anything like that with anything from any of the companies that I've installed so far. So far I'm pretty impressed with the stuff that I've used, at least for reliability and things like that. It does seem that if it's installed properly, the chances for issues seem to be relatively low, so that is a big plus. Ultimately a pretty cool kit, pretty nice kit, and you know, there's a lot of options and flexibility of where you can put it and what you can use it for. Obviously you should consider your situation and whatever is going to work best for you. We'll get a little bit better look of it tonight after the sun sets. I'll get some video footage to show at the end of this video where you can see just how it ended up looking. But overall, I think it is just another nice addition to everything that we've done outside so far. I do have one other kit from Lumary right now that we're going to be doing outside, as well as some interior stuff that'll be coming up very soon on the channel. So if you did enjoy this video, or you know, just enjoy seeing some of the stuff that's out there when it comes to RGB and smart home lighting, definitely make sure to give subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future content. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out Lumary for a lot of their really cool stuff that they've been offering lately. Thanks for your time.